Hey guys, you want to learn how to read a tape? No problem, you come to the right place. Hey, my name's Joe, and this is Build a Better World. This is my contribution to pump some positive into the ether, and in hopes maybe you'll pump $1 back my way and build some positive into my ether as well. Maybe one hand can wash the other, and we can together build a better world. Alright, let's dive right into this. So, as you see, I've got a square, or whatever, a ruler for all intents and purposes, a tape. And I've drawn an enlarged version to make this easier, although I think it might be easier. I wasted a little time. It might be easier just to go right on the tape. We'll see. Alright, so, on the tape, you've got your largest lines. Those are never the problem. Those are your 1-inch lines. Everybody knows 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy enough. These boogers are the ones that are messing you up. Alright? The first ones, the biggest one other than your inch, and from now on, whenever I say the biggest one, the next biggest one, we're going to be talking about anything besides the hole, or the 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, whatever the hole marks on the tape would be the one that goes all the way across. Alright? On a ruler, it's just whatever it's on, it's going to be your biggest one. Okay? So the first one that we're going to concentrate is the half, because that's your next biggest one. Okay? Half is easy enough. It's the next biggest line. It's obviously bigger. It's not crowded in too much looking. And it's by eye, visibly halfway. Right? Half. Quarters do screw people up. And how I'll do it, and how I do all these, guys, is super simple. If I can do it, believe me, anybody can do it. The way I do it is, one way is think of these like money. Your quarter is the biggest coin you're going to have outside of the 50-cent or $half piece, right? So quarter, and then you skip on any of these, a 16th, ace, quarters, whatever, you skip the next one. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, but you skip any even numbers like your 2, your 4, your 6. Okay, so on quarters, you're going to say 1 quarter, and then under your breath, you're going to say 2 quarters, but nobody's ever going to call anything out for 2 quarters. They're always going to say 4 1/2. They're not going to say 4 2 quarters. So they're going to say 4 1 quarter or 4 3 quarters. It's your only 2 choices with quarters that you're going to hear, you're going to read, or you're going to be yelling out to somebody. So I would, if somebody yells to you 4 3 quarters, and you've never done this before, you go to the first quarter mark and you count 1, and then under your breath 2, because there's no 2 quarters, so that's under your breath, and then 3 to get you there. So 1, 2, 3. Same thing with a half of a quarter. So quarters are broken down into eighths. There's never 2/8. 2/8 is a quarter. There's never 4/8, because 4/8 is a half. But if you start out at the 1 and somebody says 4 7/8, you can start out at the 1 and just say 1, skip that, count that silent in your head. So 1, 3, ace, 5, ace, and there's your 7/8 too. And another trick is, they say 5/8. If you're good with fractions, you know that 4/8 is half. Start out at your half. Even if they say 3/8, start out your half. Just go backwards from 4/8 to 3. So you go 4, 3. Or if they say 5 or 7/8, you're at 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Or you can count them right out loud, whatever. Nobody's ever going to ask you for that one, but you can count 6 ace out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7/8, whatever ones they ask you for. And it's the same with 16ths. That there's 16 of them in this whole 1 inch, right? And half of 16 is 8, so there's 8 at the halfway mark. So whatever they yell to you, if it's under 8, you start here and you count that way. If it's over 8, you start here and count that way. Or if you're not that good with fractions, I totally get it. Just start at the 1 and count to wherever they called out. So 4 and 13/16. All right. Yep, no problem. I found my 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13/16. It's right there. That's the little line just over top of the 3/4, just under the 7/8. We know there's 16/16 in the whole thing, so if they said 4 and 15/16, we know there's 16 here, and this right there, bam, 1. So it'd really be 5 inches minus the 1 would be the quickest way to get that one. A lot of people call it heavy and light, but that really robs you of, doing this trick. After you're doing this trick for a little bit, it's just a matter of putting in your time and doing this. If you're doing this for a living or just started doing this for a living, it's just a matter of putting in your time, and you're going to know these by heart. Another week or so. It might take a little longer. Depends on how often you're doing it and all that jazz. How much rest you're getting. But that's the gist of it. It's really not hard. Just count them off. Know that every other one, like 1/8, there is no 2/8. It only could be the odd numbers: 1/8, 3/8, 5/8, 7/8. It's going to be a while before you can count them off like that. But see how I skipped every other one? 1/8, because there is no 2/8. There is, but it's called a quarter. And then there's 3/8. Yep, that's right there. That does exist. It's the same with quarters. There's 1/4. There is no 2/4 because it's called a half. All right, so 1/4, 3/4. You're skipping that one. That even number every time. 16ths. There is no 2/16, and there is no 4/16, and there's no 6/16, because the 2/16 is 1/8. The 4/16 is 1/4. The 6/16 is 3/8, and the 8/18 is 1/2. I hope saying this stuff to you isn't confusing it, making it more complicated than it needs to be, but those don't exist. The even numbers of whatever, like 2/16, that doesn't exist. It's a quarter. So if you skip every other one, so 1, 3, and then whisper that one under your head or count it out loud or whatever, but either way, they're not gonna, if you get to 4/16, if you're counting it out loud, you're not gonna, if you're measuring something and you got to write it down on a piece of paper for, say, quality control purposes or whatever, you're not going to write down 4/16. You have to make sure that you're, 16ths, eighths, and quarters. 16ths, eighths, and quarters, and halves. 16ths, 1/8, quarters, and halves. Okay? I hope this helped you. If there's anything else, any other way I could have done it, or anything maybe that I forgot, leave something in the section of the comment section there. And if this did help you, or if you just liked the video, liked my attitude, my personality, whatever it is, my positive ether building business here, click the like and subscribe. I'll be doing a video on rafters. I'll be doing videos on squaring walls, foundations, anything that you need to square. I've been in the building trades for approaching 30 years, and been doing this a long time. This is my way of building a better world, and possibly was never able to build a retirement. I was a single dad to 3 daughters. I'm hoping that if I pump positive out to you guys will leave me $1. I'm not asking for, expecting the world or nothing, but maybe I'll be able to just do a little retirement fund or something, so I'm not eating cat food when I'm old. And I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. I've been doing this 30 years. That tells you something. So yeah, click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing a lot of priceless information. You'll be able to go make a lot of money or save a lot of money doing it yourself. Not paying others to do it for you, or helping the others that you're paying and making it cheaper that way. And you'll know it's done right because you know how to do it. I think rafters will be my next one. Common rafters, that is. Have a great day. Happy building. Bless you.